Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2015 with the Rude Man. We are back on Cherry Hills, and it is still foggy. I'm still waiting for the fog to lift. It was that way in the last episode, but I need to get to farming, so let's get going. Let me start this piece of equipment up here. We are on field number 2. Let me see what we have left here. We're not even halfway through field number 2. The potatoes are almost done, though, on field number 1. And while I'm thinking about it, I need to show you a new mod. Well, it's not a new mod. It's an update to an old mod. And hang on a second. I'm looking this up. The, let me see here. Okay, thank you, Steve Kramer. Steve Kramer's one of my subscribers, and he told me about the new Bank of Hagenstat. There's a new version of Hagenstat. It's 2.1. I'll put the link to the mod in my description below. Now, this is a different mod. This is a mod that's compatible with the Giant. You know, the people that make the game. So it's a little bit different. You don't install it the same way. It's actually an executable. So what it does is it actually adds it to the Farming Simulator 2015 game by Giant. It adds it to the game. So you hit the executable, it executes, puts it into the game, and it's on all maps. So you don't have to load it into your mod folder. So I'll put a link there for you, and you can take a look at it. But what it does, it's different, is when you go to field management. Now, there may be more differences than this. This happens to be what I was interested in. This is version 2.13. When you go to field management, it gives you the opportunity to buy a field or lease the field. So if there's crops on a field, I don't have to borrow it anymore. I have the ability to lease it from the bank and get the crops off of it. Isn't that sweet? So if I'm kind of short on money, I can lease a field and then buy it at a later date. That's cool. That's very cool. So if I'm looking at, let me finish this up, but I'm looking at, you know, I just bought field 4. I'm looking at leasing 3 and 5. So, let's take a look at that when we get to that point. Let me get this guy going. And let's jump out. I haven't, again, had the chance to look at the Bank of Hagenstat, see if there's any other changes that I might be excited about. I was excited about the leasing thing. You guys have seen me before going over and stealing the neighbor's crops. And I always felt bad about it, but hey, I got permission from the bank now. Get this guy going. He's full. That's okay. We're gonna let. I'm not gonna tell him to drive yet until I get a truck in there. And now, what was he doing? He's heading back, isn't he? Yes, he is. Okay, let's get him started. Well, today is Thursday, the 13th. I did put a notice up on my page, a warning, a storm warning. We've got a pretty bad storm coming. It's the remnants of a typhoon from somewhere. I didn't read it. My wife did. She was telling me about it. So I don't remember what country the typhoon was in. But we're getting the tail end of the typhoon. And so we're looking at 85-mile-an-hour winds. So hopefully the power doesn't go out. If it does, I got my generator. I got fresh oil and fuel for it. We'll see how that works. One of the problems that we have living on the coast here is we get all of our supplies, our food and gas from inland, from the Portland area. And the last time we had a storm like this, there was so much wind and rain, and it was the rain that was the big problem, because the rain caused flooding, but it also caused landslides. We had trees go down. The trees took the power lines out. It also brought slides down, and it blocked the way into our community, onto the coast here. There's two ways that you can get into this community. It blocked both ways, and we were without food and gas for about a week. So this time, I made sure all of my rigs are full of fuel. If it gets down to it, I can siphon fuel out of my truck. And I got fresh oil for the generator. We made a big pot of stew. I got my propane cookers out. I've got the trailers all full of propane. Worst case scenario, I can run out in the trailer and have battery power and cooking capabilities. I even have a microwave that's hooked out there, so I can run the generator, hook it to the trailer, and we'll be just fine. Hopefully none of that happens. All right, what's he doing? He's doing his thing. Well, at any rate, the only thing that about it is that I'm trying to get a couple of videos put together because they're supposed to go through the weekend now. I thought it was only supposed to be tonight and Friday, but now they're saying that the worst winds are going to be over on Saturday and through the weekend. So I want to make sure I've got some videos to make it through the weekend, and I can schedule these, and YouTube will put them up when it's ready, and I won't have to worry about it. All right, let's get this guy going here. Drive as the course. Give me some taters. Okay, so while I'm thinking about it, let's get this guy going. Get him going. Now this guy's coming up. He's trying to catch the other combine. Is what he's trying to do. And I want to get... Well, let's see. What was I doing here? Okay. I see what I was doing. I was filling these things and make sure they're all running. Are they even running? I don't know. Let me spin this guy around here and let me check. I think that one's running for sure. It's got compost. This one has compost. That one has compost. Do they all have compost now? Look, it's making pumpkins. I like pumpkins. I like pumpkin pie is what I like. All right, well, it looks like... Oh, I know, they all have... they're all running. Here's what I was doing. I remember now. I was going to bag some of this up because I'm interested in how that works. So, let's do that. That's what I was doing. Now I think that I just put compost in this bin over here. If I can get this thing in the right position here. I don't know. I may have to come at a different angle. I may have to come from this angle over here. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. This will work right here. Okay, I think we put compost in here. And I don't know if it needs... Oh boy, it doesn't take very much, does it? It's going to be another one of these where you have to sit here and... Oh man, that's not right. Now somebody told me the way to work these, but I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I can think of it. I had a subscriber comment to me about this. These kinds of things like this where it takes a little bit and then you just keep having to feed it all the time or it stops working. What his suggestion was to put a heap, a portable heap, you know, like the grass heap and that kind of thing. You put a placeable heap there and then you put a conveyor belt into the heap, and the conveyor belt will feed this from the heap. And all you got to do is fill the heap up, or keep putting stuff in the heap, and then when it needs more, the conveyor belt just puts it in there. I might have to try that. I don't know. I may have to try that. I don't actually have a heap. Oh, hey, the fog's going away. I don't have a placeable heap mod on this map, so I might have to try that. And that suggestion came from the fact that, if you remember in the BGA where I was trying to sell stuff to the BGA, and I sat there and it would just squirt stuff out a little bit at a time, that's where they suggested, okay, put a portable heap in there, put your product in the heap and a conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt will feed the BGA. So I might have to try that, I don't know. So, all right, let's go ahead and let me dump this stuff. The excess I'm going to put here into this. You know what I could do? I'm thinking out loud here. I do have conveyor belts, portable conveyor belts. I could stick a conveyor belt on this heap right here to another conveyor belt that went around a corner to that. Nah, I'll have to try the portable thing, the placeable heap. See how that goes. All right, let's get this guy out of here. We're gonna go. I'm taking him back to the compost thing, and we got to start working on animals and stuff. I wanted to start working on animals. Oh my God, it's gonna be a beautiful day. The fog's lifting. This is a pretty map. I kind of like the terrain. It's not flat. Even the fields aren't flat. There's quite a bit of terrain to them. Different levels, that is. I'm a little worried about the storm, so I'm a little bit distracted this morning. I'm not too concerned. My house is very well made. I didn't have any trouble the last time. When we bought this particular house, well, it's been about 14 years now, believe it or not. I can't believe it, but it has. It needed a new roof at the time. And it was about, oh, I don't know, 15 years old when we bought it. And so I don't think it had a real good roof on it to begin with. And so I wanted like a 50 or 60. I wanted the best roof I could get. And I didn't trust the roofers around here. We got a lot of, at that time we didn't have a lot of local roofers here. We had to get them out of Portland, and there's always these places that come by and they try to do, oh yeah, we're coming through your area, and you know, we want to do siding on your house, and you know, we're here to do your roof and all that kind of stuff. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. So what I did was, there was a local contractor that I talked to that was in between jobs, and we knew him, and we knew that as a contractor he did good work, but he wasn't a roofer per se. He had worked on roofs before and had installed roofs before, but that wasn't his actual, you know, job. He did repairs and you know, add-ons, and I don't know. He's a contractor, general contractor. So we asked him if, since he was between jobs, if he could do a roof. And he said, yeah, he says, I've got a whole crew of guys that are not able to work right now because we're right between jobs. We've got a big job coming up, and I won't have time to do it if you wait. But if you do it right now, he said, I can get all my guys over here and do it in a day or two. So, again, it's not like I didn't trust him, because I did. But I wanted to make sure that if I wanted a 50 or 60 or 70 year roof, whatever the best roof I could put on there, I wanted to make sure that's what I got. I was afraid that if some fly-by-night come in and I said, yeah, I want a 50-year roof, and paid them, and then they came and put a roof on, I'm no expert. I have no idea what kind of roofing material they're using. What if they took my money and they put a 10-year roof up because it was cheap? How would I know? So what I told this guy is, I said, tell you what, I'm going to run to the building supply and I'm going to go buy the roofing myself, and I'll have it delivered and you guys can put it in for me. And he said, yeah, that sounds good. Okay. And so I went. That way I made sure that the roofing material I got was the very best I could buy. So I'm not really worried about the storm. The last time, the only problem we had was it knocked some fence down. We have a wood fence, a solid wood fence that goes clear around our property. I own like about 3 lots here in town. So we've got a pretty good sized backyard, and we own some property on both sides of our house, so we're not butted right up against the neighbors. And we lost some fence, so hopefully everything will be okay. I hate these storms, but there's nothing you can do about it. Living on the coast, we get storms that are pretty severe, and I have to kind of laugh because in the city they'll get 30-mile-an-hour winds and they think they're in a hurricane. And we get a normal winter storm, 50, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's just a normal storm to us. So we just laugh. The city gets a little bit of ice and snow and they shut down like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We can't get to work. We can't do anything. I need that tractor right there. So let me see. I just bought a new seeder. Actually, I bought 2 of them. Where are they? Oh, the fog is gone. Thank the Lord. Where's my seeders? I just bought them. All right, I gotta find them. Let me get him going while I'm thinking about it. Take off, you hoser. All right. What's he doing? I'm thinking he's doing his thing, so let's let him do it. Oh, shoot. That guy's full, isn't he? Oh. I got to yapping about this stupid storm, and I didn't get my work done. Oh, is he going do-si-do? I hate when they do that. Alright, I gotta find... I'm not gonna do it this way. What the heck? I need to go to... Alright, there's... What's he doing? That's odd. Let me go to him. Oh, that's him. Never mind. What are we doing? There. Let's, there we are. Where is that stuff? Kenworth. Tractor, what's that? That's not what I wanted. I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm dazed. Okay, now, I'm on this guy. Where is he in conjunction to? Really? Way over there. All right, I need to go straight ahead. I don't understand. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That's not what I wanted. This is what I want right here. I told you I was scatterbrained today. My mind's kind of not where it needs to be. Oh, I know. I just need to have this stuff transferred is what I need to do. Let me reset this stuff. Really, this is crazy. I'm so out of it right now. Now, let me enter this vehicle. Oh, that's my water guy. This is my water guy. Okay. Let me get a truck over to empty that. Never mind, he's heading that way. Good job. Right now, let's take this guy back to the farm. I need to start seeding that field over there. Bear with me. I'm rambling like an amateur here. There they are. Okay, I swapped out, if you remember, I swapped out seeders, the two-piece seeders for the one-piece. And so, with the one-piece, I only need to fill up the seeder or the fertilizer, either one, and that's all I need. So, let me run over to, is that the seeds? Yeah, let's run over here and just fill this thing up. Did you notice that when I started this, there was a little bit of something in that seeder? And I just bought these. What that little bit of something is fertilizer. It always has fertilizer in it. And so you just put seed in and it'll do everything else. Let's run over to field number 4. And I think it's over yonder. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I don't have any weights on. Let me swap to the front. Hit the Z key. As they say in Europe, they call it the Z key. In America, it's the Z key. Z as in bourbon. Bourbon? Where'd that come from? Z as in zebra. Bourbon. You can see where my mind's at. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's not. It's different. I shouldn't say it's funny, although it does make me laugh. It does make me laugh. But you've heard me say that I'm American. I don't speak English. I speak American. And so the English, they have different ways of phrasing words than Americans do. Like I have no idea why the English pronounce lieutenant, and I'm not pronouncing that very well, but that's what it sounds like to us, lieutenant instead of lieutenant, and that's fine. I've had somebody tell me that it's pronounced phonetically that way, but the one that makes me laugh recently is, as you guys may or may not know, I play a game called Elite Dangerous. Why the round corners? How am I gonna set this thing up? Where are we at? I'm in that corner. None of the corners are square. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna set it up this way. But anyway, what I was gonna say is I play a game called Elite Dangerous. Well, there's a in the universe, if you have land that is like Earth, we have what they call volcanism, and so that would be you'd think of that as what we call fumaroles, or what in America we call geysers. Well, I'm watching some of these guys play Elite Dangerous like I do, and in England, and they say, yes, we're going to go out and look for fumaroles and geysers. Well, to me, geezer's an old man. Hey, we're gonna go gum some oatmeal with these old geezers over here. And so every time I hear him say that, I just laugh my ass off. It just sounds so funny to me that, yeah, we're looking for geezers on this planet. Well, you're gonna have to look someplace else. The geezers are in the nursing home over there. Okay, I'm gonna do the northeast and see how this works. So we're gonna seed, and we're going to generate a field. This is field number 4. We've got 22.5 meters. We're in the northeast. We're going to be heading south. I'm going to activate this, and then I'm going to do 2 headlands because it's a big field. I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of room to turn. Going to do 2. We're going to generate that, and now we're going to save it. Seed field 4. Going to take a little bit to save this because it's a big field. There we go. That didn't take too long. All right, now where's my... Now see, when you do this on a field that isn't square, you never know where your starting point is. Okay, it's way up there. And the reason for that is when I said north, to start in the northeast, this happens to be the furthest north and east on the field because it's not square. So this is where it's going to start, right here. Cool beans, huh? Well, there he goes. Do your thing. All right, so he's doing that. Let's see. While he's doing that, let me see if field number 1 is done yet. Well, he's getting close. Getting close. In the meantime, I think I'm going to lease field number... Oh boy. Should I do 3 or 5? Let me think here. Well, let me lease 3 to begin with. I'm not quite sure how it works. Let's do this and see. Okay, green you own, yellow is leased, white is buyable, red is sale by auction. Oh, really? They have auctions in. The sales price come up to 80% of the buying price. What? Oh, the sales price is 80% of the buying price. The lease price is up to 5% of the sales price, and additional 1% of sales price as a fee. Okay, so yeah, you knew there had to be a fee. So there it is. Let's try by leasing 3 to start with. And I get that for 60 days? Wow, that's a good deal. Okay, so let's leave that. And I want to look at something here. Somebody told me there was a great demand for something. Let me see. Field management. Field was leased. Okay. Let me get into that. Let's do this and go back. Great demand for wood chips at the BPH1. Okay, I need to take advantage of that, although I don't have very many wood chips. I do have some. So it was, oh crap, not going away. BPH1? BPH1, way up north. Let me go find a truck that's not being, or tractor is not being used. A truck and trailer, something or another. I know this one's not. Let's see. I did just fill that one. Let me fill this one over here, and we'll take this truck up and get some wood chips. How many chips can a wood chip chip if a wood chip could chip wood? Yeah, I feel kind of bad. I really meant to do a lot more streaming. I want to get better at streaming, and I want to get my equipment worked up so that it works better. I was having a little bit of issues with frame drops and things like that, and I've tweaked my equipment a little bit. And I was anxious to do some streaming. I want to stream some American Truck Simulator, because I haven't had the time to make any videos lately. I've been concentrating on the farming videos because I'm getting ready for 2017. So I feel kind of bad. I really wanted to stream, but I'm afraid to stream and have the power go out. And let's see, I'm going the wrong way. I need to go. Which way? This way. I want to go back to the farm. And I want to stream some other games that I want to play, and I just haven't had time to play. So I'm thinking that I'm going to stream anything that I haven't actually been playing that much on my farming channel. For those of you that don't know, I have another channel. I created another channel a little over a year ago to do streaming on. And I did a few streams, and then it just got away from me, and I stopped. And so I'm going to try to use that channel to stream games that maybe aren't farming and such like that. I have a little bit of an issue with some of that stuff. I watch a guy that does Minecraft, and I still play Minecraft, but I don't have the time to record it. So I thought maybe I'll stream some again. But I'm watching this guy that I watch that does Minecraft, and that's what he does. And he's got, I don't know, he's got 1 million viewers, subscribers. He just reached 1 million not too awful long ago. And he has 2 channels. He has a channel that he vlogs on, and he has a channel that he puts pictures of his cat, and he does videos with his drone that he has, and stuff like that. And he recently did a video that was kind of personal. It was a little bit of a short vacation that he took, and his people got all upset with him that didn't belong on a Minecraft channel. And I thought, are you kidding me? They were giving him, you know, they were busting his chops over not putting that over on his second channel and keeping it off the Minecraft because it wasn't Minecraft related. It didn't belong there. You know what I'd have said? I'd have said, this is my channel. I put whatever the hell I want on it. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you don't. And although I get most of my subscribers from farming, so I do try, and I realize that, and I want my subscribers to be happy, because that's the only reason I'm doing this. So I try to make sure that I put a farming video up almost every day. Now I do take Sundays off, and sometimes Saturday, but so I at least try to make sure I have a farming video up every day of the weekday. And then, you know, you can look back, you'll see that I have farming videos on the weekends too, but I don't always hit Sunday. So I figure that if I put a farming video up every day, and then I put Fallout 4 video up, and you don't want to watch it because you don't like Fallout 4, you just don't watch it. You still have the farming video that you can watch if that's what you're here for. Yeah, I don't have very many wood chips. But anyway, I kind of thought, man, I'd have got on my channel and I just said, look, this is my channel. I'll put whatever the hell I want on it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Don't sit and cry about it. I know. That's probably why I don't have very many subscribers. But, you know, really, I wouldn't think about going to somebody else's channel and telling them what they can publish and what they can't. Oh my God, I'm not going to get any money for that. Oh well, I'll sell it. It's a great demand, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know. Am I wrong in my thinking about that? Am I really wrong? Do people have a right to get upset about what somebody else puts on their channel? See, to me, it's a simple situation. Some of you people know that I watch a guy named Gopher. There's very few YouTubers that I have time to watch anymore. I just don't have the time. At one point, I had over 200 channels subscribed to, and I've watched a good majority of them. I don't have that time anymore. But there's still a few people I watch. I still kind of like to watch Gopher because I like the way he does things. But that being said, he's got some Let's Plays on his channel that I don't care for. So when I get a notice that he has a new video up, and if it's one I want to watch, I go watch it. If it's not, I don't. But I don't go over to his channel and start spamming dislike and telling him he can't put whatever in the hell he wants up there. You know, come on. I don't understand why, which is another thing about the likes and dislikes on YouTube and anything else out there. It's my opinion, and you can agree or not agree, that's your prerogative, but I don't particularly like the fact that there's a like button and a don't like button, and that has something to do with whether I'm successful or not. And the reason I don't care that much about that is a little bit of what I was just talking about. If you don't like what I do, don't watch it. Don't watch it. And again, if I go to a restaurant and the steak that I pay for isn't cooked to my satisfaction, I generally, okay, I'll give them a second chance or so, and maybe it was just a bad piece of meat. Maybe the cook isn't very good. Maybe there's a different cook in the daytime than there is in the evening. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'll try it again. But if I consistently get something wrong, I just won't go back to that restaurant. I don't go all over town plastering, things on telephone poles and, oh, don't eat here, the steaks are bad. You know, that was my prerogative. It was my, well, how can I put it? I just missed my turn. What happens if just because I like my steaks well done and you like yours rare, that, where is this? There it is. If you see what I mean, everybody's different. Just because I don't like the steak that I got there doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't. And so why should I be running around town plastering things on telephone poles saying, I dislike this? You know, so it just doesn't make any sense to me why somebody would want to do that. And so I don't like the dislike button. I don't really think too much about the like button, because to me, if you're liking me, that's good. If you dislike me, that's your prerogative. But let me put this a different way. When I worked for Rainier Bank, they used to make a big deal about if somebody writes in a complaint, we're taking it very seriously. And I used to read some of these complaints, and if you do a little bit of research, you find out that the people that are letter writers like that are crazy. They're eccentric, they're crazy, and they write letters to be writing letters. You know, they're sitting in a dark room. Oh, I don't like that guy, I'm gonna write him a letter. Oh, this guy over here is looking at my cat's wrong, I'm gonna write a letter to the mayor. Here's what I'm saying. In my mind, most of the people that write complaining letters and that kind of thing are eccentric, and they're not normal people in the respect that normal people, I'll go watch a video, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I just don't watch it again. I don't express anything except for I know that if you like a video, it helps out the YouTuber. So sometimes I will, you know, if I like something, I'll hit the like button. It doesn't matter to me whether the like button's there or not. But I don't know. I'm probably way out there in the way I'm thinking. But I just don't really care for that all that much. Now, I'm thinking actually, according to YouTube, it doesn't matter whether you like something or you don't like it. At one point, I was told that if somebody likes your channel or dislikes it, YouTube doesn't care. They don't care whether they like them or not like them. They only care that somebody's clicking on the button. That's all they really care about. So, in other words, if I had 10 people like my page, and then the next day I have 10 people disliking it, to YouTube it doesn't matter. It all counts the same, whether you like it or don't like it. Where in the hell am I? Sorry, I got distracted again. I got on a soapbox. I should probably go in and edit all this out. I'm just ranting. Hey, maybe the storm will take me out and I won't have to worry about it. Just kidding. Well, anyway, you probably don't understand anything I've been trying to say, but suffice it to say, I don't really like the like and dislike button because of the fact that usually people that are disliking, I swear I can't prove it, but I think there's a lot of people that all they do is run through YouTube pages and dislike. It's the same mindset as somebody walking through a parking lot with a key and keying everybody's cars as they walk by. What's the point in it? What is the point of doing that kind of damage? It doesn't make any sense to me. These are people they don't know. They're damaging people's cars they don't know. They're probably not going to be there when the guy comes back from shopping and finds that his car's been keyed. They're not going to. What enjoyment are they getting out of that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I can just see people just giggling merrily as they do it. To me, the don't like button is the same thing. I can see people going from page to page, just spamming the don't like button and just giggling to themselves, you know, like they're in ecstasy or something. I don't know. Well, anyway, never mind. Oh, God, I hate when I get rambling like this. Well, thank God the episode's almost over. I might go in and edit this out. I don't know. I tell you what I might do. I'm going to leave it in. And if I get a bunch of people disliking my video or commenting that I'm way out of line, I won't do it anymore. I'll edit stuff out. And I can't help it. I can't help it. A lot of times I'll talk about what I'm thinking. All right, what's going on here? A lot of times I'll talk about what I'm thinking, and every time I do, I think, oh, geez, I probably got out of line there. Maybe I better edit this out. You'll never know if I do. You'll never know if I do, but it happens quite often that I think about stuff I've said. And I told you that, the other day, I think I mentioned something either in a live stream or a video that normally I don't edit a lot of stuff out of my videos. If I make a mistake, like I lose my way, or to me, that's kind of funny. I kind of leave that in. But if I swear, I don't like a lot of bad language. I kind of have a problem with Fallout 4 when I'm playing and the characters are saying F this and F that. What is his issue? Okay, he's not working correctly. Yeah, I don't like that the games have a lot of bad language in them. But it's part of the game, so I leave it in. It's not my fault. I'm not swearing. Where's the being? Where the heck am I? Great demand at wood chips. All right, BHP2 needs wood chips now. Well, you better get some wood chippers out there. Woodchucks. I'll go hire a bunch of woodchucks to chuck some wood for me. Anyway, recently I kind of mentioned that I don't do a lot of editing. I leave a lot of stuff in, but I will cut out bad language, especially if it's from me. If I say something that's bad language, or if I say something that I think might be hurtful to somebody, I will edit that out. There's a lot of times that I've said things in the heat of passion when I get in a rambling mood. And afterwards I think, you know what? My point was made 15 minutes ago, and I ranted on, and now I'm saying things that are kind of hurtful, and I have edited those things out. So I'm going to leave this in, this little rant, and if it offends somebody, then I just won't do it anymore. I'll edit it out when I get crazy like that. There you go, I'm done. Sorry. Okay, now let's get this guy back in the field, and let's see, where does he go from here? Okay, hopefully he starts back up the way he needs to. I think this is what they meant a lot of times when I was told when I first started. I know I said I was done. This is a different subject. But I think this is what they were kind of referring to when I first started YouTubing. And, you know, you go to people for advice. They have these videos that are up for your advisement, you know, that, okay, so you want to YouTube. Here's the do's and the don'ts. Here's how you get started. And when I first started, the don'ts had to do with you don't talk about personal issues. People don't want to know personal things. I disagree with that, but I think this is kind of what they're talking about. If you get out and start spouting out your opinion, keep it to yourself. I think that's what they meant. But we'll see. I don't know. I've kind of blathered on for the whole episode, so I'm going to stop it here. I hope I'll get a good night's sleep, have myself a Mountain Dew, and relax a little bit, calm down, get my blood pressure down. And I'll see you in the next episode. Happy farming.